to try to get my fingers off of the microphone because I've been having a problem with a little bit of the microphone. Out here working with the bumper. And like we said, I'm going to cut this off right here. This corner right here, once shortened, will match up with the fender there. So I don't even have to add caps. I may end up adding a cap to it, but I'm not sure. And then, of course, cutting out 5.5 inches right in the front. And then if you notice, the bumper comes to a peak. Well, if I can take that peak and bend it in a little bit and then weld it back together. So that's my ideas for right now. Then I'm going to get this cut in half and start taking out some of the other stuff little by little, but I mainly want to get the cut in the middle first. You often stand back, look at your work and go, that's going to look good. Kind of what I'm doing right now. Not to boast on myself, but I did pretty good. I got a little bit of fill right there, but I mean it's like virtually nothing. See? Look at it from the side. Well, it looks pretty straight. That's with 5.5 inches taken out of it. I used that tool, this yardstick. I was going to use the tape to mark on it, but instead, because I'm going to paint it or sand it or chrome it or whatever, I just used a regular marker to mark on it. Okay, like I said before, I'm not a professional. Here's my little nasty weld. So I can get it to focus on it. Now I'm going to clean it up, shave some of that down, and see if I can't get it to look a whole lot better. I've got part of it cleaned. See there? Now it's starting to get down. They got the sirens going right now, by the way. You can hear that in the background. Anyway, let me get finished up cleaning it up. See, I switched over to a grinding wheel. Those are the cheapest ones. They work. They don't last as long. But I do use the DeWalt blades. Extended performance. They're really thin. That's for doing all my cutting. I like those a lot. Alright, now I'm checking for placement and fitting it. The only thing I can think of to do is right here on this corner. It kind of sticks out a little bit. I'm going to probably beat that in just a little bit. But that fits there. The only reason there's a gap on the bumper right there is because the grill's broke. So that makes the reason why that's gapped like that. This rounds in. Sticks out a little bit, but that's that'll be what the difference is between this one and the regular Nissan bumper. Sitting here changing my wife's brakes. All you really need is a jack and a couple bolts to take out. See, this all goes right here. So right there at the top you got a bolt. Right there you got a bolt. You pull these off. Pull the piston from the caliper off and set that up there. Then you'll have to push that in. So you need like a C-clamp, and then you can squeeze that in. Aside from that, I wanted to show you. This is the old pad. See how thin it is? And then here is the new pad. She was ready for brakes. So this is part of what I'm doing for this weekend. Alright, doing the passenger side. These are slide pins on your caliper that allow this to float back and forth with your brakes. What happened was whoever did these brakes before, the pin was broke right here, which doesn't allow it to slide. And so had to replace the pins. The brake line itself was actually somebody had done a full rotation. When they put the caliper back on, they spin it all the way around and put it back on. So I had to replace that because this was frayed. It had been rubbing on everything. When I took the when I tried to get this bolt off of the brake line, it just stripped out. So I ended up having to cut that off and use the flaring tool, flare the brake line back out, and then reattach everything back together. So yeah, this side has been proved to be really fun. Well, you guys have been watching me for quite a while now with all these different videos that I've been doing. You guys know that I do everything out in my yard, right in the front driveway, and probably wondered, where do I keep everything? Some of you probably know because you do the same thing that I do. Well, you have to have a understanding girlfriend or wife. In my case, I have a very understanding wife. And this behind me, this is my wall. We're in my bedroom, and that's the only place I have. It's a 2-bedroom trailer, and our daughter and her 3 kids are living with us now, and they have the other bedroom, which used to be my garage. Well, everything's been moved in here in the room. So up top we've got some tools, and then we've got some oils and cleaners and lubricants, and then my little toolbox setup that I got there that I load everything up with. The next column I've got detail and fiberglass and bodywork stuff. Get into a box over here that's all for doing wiring, and then just odds and ends. There's some nails back there, hoses. I mean, this is my wall. There's a suicide door kit, black headlights in case you want to do that. That box is all for intakes and cold air intakes. And then I've got little trays, and go over here next to the bed. Up there I've got some extra window tint and my paints and my welder, and then some other things down in there. So go out and get you an understanding wife, and if you're watching this with your girlfriend or wife and she's looking at you going, that ain't gonna happen, well, then I'm sorry. But this is my world that I live in, and this is what I do so that I can tinker and mess with stuff and change things. And again, thank you guys for watching. Merry Christmas to everybody, because we're so close to getting everything that we always wanted, right? Yeah, right. Go ahead and subscribe up here, and leave your comments down at the bottom. I always like you guys' comments, and keep watching. See you guys later.